Hey there, this video is how to forgive someone close to you. This person can be your parent, this person can be your sibling, it could be your husband, wife, ex-husband, ex-wife, it could be a coworker, someone you consistently see, either every day, every other weekend, whatever that may be, and you have to deal with them. So you have to coexist with this person, but then they still either are causing you more pain as you're coexisting with them, and or they have caused you great deal of pain, and you're trying to forgive them, but you still have to coexist. So this one is very near to my heart because I had to forgive someone who is coexisting in my life and who I looked up to, who is, someone that mattered to me, but then I couldn't just cut them, out of my life. And so then I had to learn how to forgive this person. So what I did first was like writing the pain down on a piece of paper, saying X, Y, and Z. For example, what I did is, you made me feel unloved, unwanted, unworthy, unneeded, just all of the just feeling of like small or not seen. I was never seen in the eyes of that person. And then now in my adult life, I wrote down, now I feel unloved, unwanted, and unworthy. And so then that me taking that in my adult life was very, it was how do you say, there's a word I'm thinking of, but I can't, it won't come out, but it was making me feel those feelings all over again. You know what I mean? So then what I said was, today I have decided to forgive you for making me feel these feelings, because I know I am loved, I am wanted, and I am also worthy. I said these phrases over and over and over and over again because I have to coexist with this person. So then how can I just say that once or twice and move on? Because this person always tries to make me feel I'm not good enough. No matter what I do, it was never good enough. And then so because I have to coexist with this person, I had to build that personality where I have to forgive you for me, not for you, not because you did this or that or whatever, but I have to forgive you for me so that I can move on with my life, so I can leave that stuff, that pain, that trauma, that crap that you make me feel. I have to leave that in the past, but I have to do something about it now. I'm an adult. I can't keep going like this. I was so fed up, for this person. I like done everything under the sun, but it was never enough. It'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much for doing this X, Y, and Z, and then split a second, they come for me. And I'm like, what? Who do I have to be for you to love me the way that you need to love me as the person you are in my life? It was it's to this day, it's hard to think that someone like that could treat you that way. I bent over backwards. I did this, I did that, just to get an ounce of love, an ounce of, appreciation, an ounce of anything under the sun. Like it was a turmoil, but at the same time, I was like, I don't really need you. Like, I'm an adult. I don't need you no more. I don't need you to feed me or to pay my bills, or I don't need you to shelter me. I don't need you to do any of this. I don't completely don't need you, but at the same time, I have to coexist with you. So I need to figure out how to have you stand here, I'll stand here, I'll live my life, you live your life, kind of thing. But I had to learn how to forgive all those pains, because those pains have been like building up, and they were suppressed. They were like making me feel like I am projecting on other people, because then I'm irritable, I'm sensitive, I'm pissed off at people for no reason, and something will trigger me and I'm just like going off on people. So I had to figure out how to deal with that by forgiving, So then the more I wrote, even the littlest things that that person said or did or didn't do, or did something for the other person but didn't do it for me, every little thing, and then I would write underneath each sentence, I forgive you for doing this because da 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 da. I forgive you for doing that because da 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 da. I had to like learn how to build myself up because that person was not going to do it. Actually, they were happy that I was feeling that way. That feeling of, oh, I'm affecting her. Ooh, I'm getting under her skin. It was like you can tell that person feels significant when they make you feel that way. It's such, I can see it in real time, and I didn't know what to do. So by forgiving her on a day, by forgiving that person on a daily basis, or on weekly basis, or whenever I saw that person, I I built up that muscle, so to speak, built up a shield whenever that person comes around or says, now we can coexist. Now I can be in the same room as that person, and it does not affect me. And if that person tries to make me feel some type of way, it will just be like, okay, that's how you feel. Cool. I don't really care. I'm not doing this, that, or another just so that you can, quote unquote, show me love, right? So it was such the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Um, but then again, it was such a beautiful thing to do at the same time, because as I did it consistently, as I continued to forgive, continued to name, because the pain was so deep that I had to keep continually forgive. No matter what I did, I had to continually, just like one day will be two things I need to forgive. The next day is 15. The next day is 17. The next day is just one. But I was consistently doing it over and over again. And like I said, the more I did it, the easier it was. The more I did it, the easier it was for other things I can forgive. Because if I can forgive that person, then I can forgive anybody, right? And so people didn't get under my skin after that. I just felt like I was doing this thing, but internally I felt good. I felt that I was shielding my heart. I was like, oh, okay, now that stuff is out of my system, then I can add good things. And like with that space, I can move on, I can let go, I can build other things within my life, you know what I mean? Because resentment and anger and pain and trauma takes up so much of your heart, so much of your being, because they're so negative. And so then you're always thinking about it, you're always feeling it, you're always just like, I cannot believe this person X, Y, and Z. I cannot believe they did this. I cannot believe they said that. But it's not even words. It's not even you saying it. It's like internally in your mind, in your heart, in your being, just going through those things over and over again. So then you feel, unwanted, unloved, less of a person. I was like, I'm done living like that. And no one understood me at the same time, because I tried to explain it. And they're like, what? You feel that way? I don't feel, I'm like, what? Is it just me? But then at the same time, it's not just me, because when I did my research about forgiveness or forgiving someone very close to you, I was like, so many people are going through it. So it wasn't me, but the people around me didn't feel the way that I felt, But I can't blame them either. That's not their experience. It's my experience. And so as I forgive that person, now years later, I'm like, okay, you who you are, you can live there, I can live here, we're good. I can be around you, you can be around me, but there is no way you're getting in my heart. And it's such a, like I said, the hardest thing to do, but it's such a beautiful thing, because then I feel powerful. I feel energized. I feel like I'm on top of the world, kind of thing, when it comes to that person, and it was just like, before I felt so like little. I felt like I was being pushed around. I felt that no matter what I did, I was never good enough. And no matter what I said, no matter what, was never good enough. And now I'm like, I'm good enough for anything. I am worthy, and I am loved. I am wanted, and I am seen. And because of that, there's so many things I can talk about that person. Because I felt those things, I felt invisible to people. I want to be invisible to people because I don't want people to look at me and expect me to be this and that. So then I'll talk about that's a whole another subject. That will be my next video about feeling seen or unseen and why we feel that being seen just bothers us as people that have to forgive the person that's close to them. Anyways, that's a whole another video, like I said. Thank you for staying and watching this, because this is a journey. It's not a one-time thing to do and you flip and you're good to go, and it's not. And so, until next time. All right, bye.